All right, folks. Today I'm on my 1984 Grady White Seafarer, and we're in the cabin. And I'd worked on a rod holder concept. I've been struggling with how to keep extra rods, off the floor of the cabin, where they tend to get damaged. Right, kids' feet, stuff sliding around, things of that nature. So I saw a concept for a rod holder in a cabin of I think it might have been a Grady White. But I wanted to make one out of wood. I made a prototype of that concept, and it seemed to work out. And then I took and used some plastic that I had and created the profile that I was looking for. So today I'm going to show you that. Thanks for watching today. Alright, so heading into the cabin, on the starboard side is where I located the new rod holder setup. So you can see I mounted them up off the ground, up off the floor of the cabin, if you will. And they have bungee cords used for holding the rods securely in the holder. So let's take a walk in here. Alright, so as you can see, so when you come in the starboard side of my cabin here, I mounted a box. This is for my circuit breaker panel. You can see 12 volt DC system and all the circuit breakers, and I'm working to label those, looking to get some of the ones that actually go into the spot there. So this was something that I upgraded on the boat, and the rod holder here, rod holder system, holds 6 rods, and you can see bungee cords. They're pull over, lock in, keep everything nice and secure. When they're not in use, you can either leave them in place or just kind of leave them in the relaxed state, either way. But the nice thing about this system is that it folds. So let me take some of the rods out and you'll be able to observe what I'm talking about. So the rods come out pretty easily. Let's get that off there. Alright, so with this system, what I've done is, in order to keep it from closing in on itself, I have this little rod here. So that keeps it open. And now, closes, goes right up against the cabin wall. That way, if we're not using it, no issues. But when we do want to use it, just open those up. Place this little rod in place. And now we're secure, everything's stable. I mounted them with a piece of aluminum angle and stainless bolts going through the side of the cabin wall. And I used stainless steel hinges, so bring that over. You can see the stainless steel hinges there. I've been thinking about some other concepts versus this rod. Maybe a little bit of a latch that locks it. So something on this side where I can lock it and it won't want to close in on itself. But this seems to be working. I've tried it, been out a few times, and everything seemed to be working pretty well. So I hope you give me some comments if you are a fisher person, have a boat, have a cabin, maybe you want a set of these. I'm interested in knowing if people might purchase something like this. I do have the design. I have the designs finalized, and I know what I'm using for the materials. Again, very durable, should last a long time. But here, we'll load her back up so you can witness that. Hold those in securely. That in securely. Lock her down, lock her down, lock it down, lock it down. And here, I'll do this one right here just so you can see the difference when it goes the other direction. Yeah, very easy to use, up and out of the way. I have some storage crates that I use in the cabin, makes it nice because they're not banging into anything up here. It's up high enough. You know, kids can have their feet over in this area, no worries. So that's the rod holder system that I developed. Yeah, not a lot of room in the cabin of a 22 Grady White Seafarer, but it is very handy to have storage areas, rod storage. You can kind of see in here, I've got some of my life preservers around the edges so they're easily accessible. The ditch bag, EPIRB, got all that right in here, right inside the cabin. So it's nice to have a dry spot and nice to have a place for the kids to be able to come in and out of the weather if they want. I appreciate you watching my channel. Hopefully you check out some of my other videos. I've got several on the Grady White and the restoration process that I went through with this boat. And then some of the other interests that I have, just things that maybe interest you. Thank you very much. Have a great day.